This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. I'm Hal Mayer. Ontario, Canada has passed a family bill that critics describe as totalitarian. Bill 89 was approved by a vote of 63 to 23 and gives the state more power to seize children from families that oppose the LGBTQI and gender ideology agenda and allows government agencies to effectively ban couples who disagree with that agenda from fostering or adopting children. Bill 89, or the Supporting Children, Youth and Families Act 2017, repeals and replaces the former Child and Family Services Act that governs child protection services and adoption and foster care services. It adds gender identity and gender expression as factors to be considered in the best interests of the child. At the same time, it deletes the religious faith in which the parents are raising the child as a factor to be considered, and mandates child protection services consider only the child's own creed or religion when assessing the best interests of the child. With the passage of Bill 89, we've entered an era of totalitarian power by the state, such as never witnessed before in Canada's history, says Jack Fonseca, senior political strategist for Campaign Life Coalition. Make no mistake, Bill 89 is a grave threat to Christians and all people of faith who have children or who hope to grow their family through adoption. Disappointed as I am with this result, I'm not surprised, commented Tanya Granick-Allen, president of Parents as First Educators, or PAFE. The Kathleen Wine Liberals have for years been pursuing their anti-parent and anti-family agenda, and Bill 89 is the latest installment, she said. Bill 89 retains the provision in current law that a child who is suffering or at risk of suffering mental or emotional harm and whose parents do not provide treatment or access to treatment is in need of protection under the law. But while the former law said the Children's Aid Society should take the least disruptive course of action, Bill 89 adds, including the provision of prevention services, early intervention services, and community support services, according to analysis. Statements by Minister of Child and Family Services Michael Couteau clearly signaled the pro-LGBTQ gender ideology liberal agenda. Critics warned. Couteau, who introduced the bill, said he sees questioning teenagers' self-identification as LGBTQI or telling them to change as abuse. I would consider that a form of abuse when a child identifies one way and a caregiver is saying, no, you need to do this differently, he said. If it's abuse, and if it's within the definition, a child can be removed from that environment and placed into protection where the abuse stops. Children's aid agencies now have a type of police power to bust down your door and seize your biological children if you are known to oppose LGBT ideology and the fraudulent theory of gender identity. If, for instance, some claim is made that your child may be same-sex attracted or confused about their gender, according to Fonseca. We already see similar tyranny happening in other jurisdictions, such as Norway, where the main child protection service there, Barnevernet, has been involved in numerous high-profile seizures of children from traditionally principled families, he added. Fonseca pointed out that the liberal bill gives legal cover for government workers to discriminate against Christians who want to adopt or foster children, even before Bill 89 was passed. But immediately after its introduction in December, I learned of several Christian couples who were turned down for adoption on account of their deeply held religious beliefs about traditional marriage and human sexuality, he said. This reveals the stunning hypocrisy and anti-Christian bigotry of the left, Fonseca added. The Ontario court in 1995 ruled for the first time in Canadian history that it was discriminatory of the Child and Family Services Act to not allow homosexual couples to bring a joint application for adoption. But the same activists who carried discrimination in 1995 are now actively legislating the same discrimination upon Bible-believing Christians by banning them from having children through adoption, Fonseca said. Will the left ever feel ashamed of its hypocrisy? Fonseca also issued a plea to Christian leaders, particularly the Catholic bishops. Why has the most powerful spiritual body in this province, the Catholic hierarchy, not lifted a finger nor raised a voice to oppose this tyranny against Christian families and those from other faiths? Fonseca questioned. The lack of spiritual leadership is killing us. Every single time that liberals, either federally or provincially, roll out the LGBT juggernaut to take away our rights or to demonize us as bigots, we hear nothing but silence from the church. This has to stop. Note that people who are frustrated in this case with the government look to the Catholic Church for support. The Catholic Church has its own set of moral problems and scandals. Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot. Luke 17, verse 28. This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. Thank you for watching.